Well, Artifact is a really important film for us. It's the story of the making of This Is War. It's a story of the $30 million lawsuit that EMI served us with. And it's a story of the three of us fighting for our creative lives. We're excited for other artists to see it. Musicians, people in the industry. I think Artifact should be shown at every music school. It should be shown at every record company. Not because it's fact and the only way that things can happen, but because it's a very unique and intimate look into the relationship between art and commerce and one band's struggle with an industry. It's an incredibly difficult business, not just for the bands, but for the employees, and it has been historically for the customers as well. I mean, what kind of business out there, if I said the name of a record company from stage, you know what would happen in the audience? They boo. What other business, I mean, could you imagine if Levi's, people booed when they heard the name Levi's? Nobody would buy jeans. But can you imagine if Silicon Valley treated entrepreneurs in the way that record labels treat artists? If they didn't treat them as partners and they treated them in the way that they treat artists, you wouldn't have Facebook. You wouldn't have Instagram. You wouldn't have Apple. You wouldn't have YouTube. I mean, you wouldn't have Microsoft. You wouldn't have a lot of things that have become a huge part of our lives and changed the world in which we live. I was pleasantly surprised with the honesty and the blunt nature of the participants. I interviewed mostly record label folks, and you know, I think everybody has a story to tell. If you've had tons of success, you've got a story to share and to tell. You've had some challenges. And if you've had tons of failure, you've got a story to tell and tons of challenges. So I think you relate to it either way. We learn a lot about the business. We learn a lot about ourselves. And I think that because of that conflict, because of that challenge, we actually are much better off. It was a blessing in disguise. Because we battled the record company, we ended up with This Is War, you know, an incredibly important album for us that was sold millions of copies around the world and put us in the biggest venues of our lives. That led to Love, Lust, Faith, and Dreams, which gave us 2013, the biggest touring year of our lives. And I wouldn't trade it for the world, and I'm sure these guys wouldn't either.
Nope.
Ultimately, I think that the film kind of suggests that there is a lot of opportunity. There is light at the end of the tunnel.